really want to talk about how the Eartha Kitt, is that how you say it?
Eartha, yeah.
Eartha Kitt. She's Yzma in Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah,
Goose goes
Catwoman too.
Goose goes poison.
Dude, that guy is so funny, man.
Love his voice.
That movie's awesome.
That's
super underrated.
That's probably the most underrated. I would die on the hill that that's the most underrated animated Disney movie is Emperor's New Groove.
I agree with you. Yeah, and David Spade's hilarious in that. Like if you,
Booyah!
I'm a llama.
Yeah, I'm a llama again.
no, wait.
he just like
I'm a
looks.
llama.
He just like looks at the camera like.
One of my favorite ones. He goes llama face, and then he kicks his little legs.
Yeah.
And then,
No,
like,
my favorite part of that entire movie is when Pacha's trying to make the fire, and he's just chucking rocks at him,
Spitting
and he
it up.
hits him right in the head, and Pacha looks over at him, and he's like, "What? Dude, somebody's throwing stuff. You gonna start a fire or what, man?"
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to talk about with this one, and I think the legacy that Vern left is just priceless.
Is he bigger as Ernest or as
Yeah,
James Larney?
James, sorry,
Varney. Sorry,
Varney, not Vern.
Is he
Vern
bigger?
is hey Vern.
Troy. Yeah, Vern.
Yeah, that's who he's talking to off camera.
Is he bigger as Ernest or as Slinky Dog?
Oh, man.
He's bigger as Ernest. But
the
Slinky Dog is
legacy-
what people know him as now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he was one of the original comics. He's on like the Wall of Fame at the can't remember the name of the comedy club now.
Comedy Store?
in L.A.
Comedy Store.
Yeah, the comedy store in L.A. He was really good friends with Robin Williams.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, and they used to hang out there at the comedy store.
Oh, man.
Well, they're both like very visual actors. Like he acts more with his facial expressions than he does like
Dude, and his impressions
Like-
and stuff is just ridiculous.
like in the whole beginning of this movie is him just reacting to like public domain horror footage, like Nosferatu
credits,
and
yeah.
yeah.
That got my kids rolling. I was like, it's not even started yet. It's just him just going like that and just big faces and stuff. My kids were on the floor. They love
Okay,
that.
time out.
Okay.
We're talking about Ernest Scared Stupid.
We're
today.
gonna do
back.
that. Yeah.
Welcome back.
To
Welcome
another
back.
episode
Yeah.
of Nostalgia. First time I've done that.
We can trade off. We want to flip a coin. Let's just flip
We
a
were
coin.
getting kind of rolling, so I'm like, well, we're gonna start talking
Hold
about
on.
the movie.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Let's get it out there.
No, but welcome to another. So we're back for Halloween everything, and it's
Halloween
it's
Town.
spooky scene. Yeah,
It's spooky season.
It's Halloween Town.
It's
That's another.
spooky season.
That's another Disney one that's great for a classic. But you said it right. We're doing Ernest Scared Stupid, another great Halloween cult classic. There's something about I was going to say there's something similar about Hocus Pocus and
they're very similar movies.
and Ernest Scared Stupid is I think we both start like 300 years before, don't we?
Yeah.
Like they have
It's
that
definitely
same
like that
setup.
Yeah, like that New World style, like Pilgrims.
We were
and-
so afraid back in the day. We were so everything's a witch. She can do math.
Yeah.
Witch.
too bad.
Oh, she has an opinion. Witch.
Which
Oh God, it was too easy to be a witch.
There's so many jokes that I'm just gonna keep right inside my head.
Oh, okay. You can tweet them later.
Maybe, yeah.
Just
No,
on your
maybe not.
Private
Maybe
account.
not.
No, you can't. You gotta X them later. Or whatever it's called.
That's right.
now.
X them,
You can
thread
X them. Oh, right. Yeah, we are on Threads. We do have a Thread
Okay,
account.
okay.
That could be your platform.
I've never seen Thread in my life, but maybe one day.
It's not great. I'm not,
Have you ever seen Krull? You don't have to see Krull.
All right, yeah. So Ernest Scared Stupid. So you're saying, yeah, we start off. It's like 300 years in the past, and it's actually pretty.
And it's the
creepy,
Predator
yeah.
view.
The Predator.
Yeah.
Jason kids.
Such a that little girl is getting ready to be attacked, and when you see the troll later in the movie,
Yeah.
it is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah, it is terrifying, and she's smiling away, smiling away.
I'm gonna be in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's so pumped.
It's like the other little girl in Hocus Pocus who's supposed to be dead, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, like you talked about.
I'm dead now. This is me dead.
And see.
It's done.
Dead time.
Call the academy. This kid's going places. I hear another Dakota Fanning coming around here.
That's right.
Oh my
She's
god!
just dead people.
Where do you want to start with this? Because like
The beginning.
You okay? You want to go straight to the beginning? What you got?
I'm
No.
just kidding.
No, but I mean, I love the performances. I love Eartha Kitt in this, and I mean, I'm going to say Vernigan, but it's Varney. I'm sorry, Varney. Yeah, I mean his comedic styling, and it's definitely, this is one that like really scratched like the back of my brain of like, oh yeah, that exists, and like this troll character, I used to have nightmares about it. Like I remember it because it gives my kids nightmares. Is that I think I saw the troll in our closet. So,
it's very like of its era. That's for sure. Like big practical effects, like a person in a suit. Things like that, and it holds up pretty well. I mean, it's
all right. Yeah,
it's not horrible. Like there's nothing you don't.
Its name is very fitting.
It's
stupid.
Yeah, but there's nothing like, you know, how some movies like the special effects take you out of it or something.
Oh yeah,
you don't really
scary.
have like this thing's legitimately terrifying.
They really upped on it.
You always ask us, do you remember seeing this movie in the theaters? Yes. I remember seeing this movie in the theaters.
I didn't even think this went to theaters.
Yeah. This was put out by Disney.
Okay, so I thought it was just made.
Overall, James Varney did 10 movies.
There's
10 Ernest movies.
We could just do a whole series.
Beginning with, I think it's Ernest Goes to Camp is the first one. Then Ernest Saves Christmas, which is the most popular. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I had no idea that it existed.
I knew it existed. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember.
I have to go watch.
I don't have the same memories of it.
No,
I probably won't have that connection.
Yeah,
but then it was Ernest Goes to Jail. And
that's the one I always like. These are the two that I always remember: is Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Scared Stupid.
I remember Camp, and I remember this one, and I know somewhere out there, and I'm still shaking my head about it. Is Ernest Goes to Africa, and the cover is him in blackface, and I'm just.
It's mud. It's mud.
Better be funny.
It's mud. It's mud. It's duty.
Ernest Rides Again came after Ernest Scared Stupid, and that was the last theater movie.
Okay,
and then the next 4 were straight to DVD.
Oh right, all right.
Yeah, so
straight to DVD or VHS.
Or straight to
straight to Blockbuster.
Straight to your couch.
What's Laserdisc?
Laserdisc.
It's not that old. Fine.
I saw one movie on Laserdisc.
What movie?
My wife just texted, I think I've seen the Christmas one.
That's awesome.
Get in here.
Really That's awesome.
That's really funny.
I love that we shoot this and your wife is just out there listening to the half the bullshit.
Because I'll ask her, I'm like, do you listen to the she's always like, oh, let's listen to it. Like the podcast is out. I'm like, didn't you hear when we made it? She's like, I can only hear like 30% of it.
When it gets real loud,
we're still laughing ridiculous. Like idiots.
She's like, I don't know the context.
Yeah, no, my wife is still. She's told me, she's like, I actually haven't listened to your show. Like she's watched the clips I put, and she's like, seems good.
Wow, thanks a lot.
No, she's like,
at least let it play in the background.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. She's very supportive. She puts up with the kids while I'm here, which is more than I could ever ask for. So thank you. But okay, so Ernest Scared Stupid. I mean, it starts off real dark. It's great. They bury this thing alive, and what I love about it is that it's Varney playing like his ancestor. and it's just Varney in all these different faces and stuff.
And then they hit him with the troll hits him with and I can be released by your ancestor if he says this and this and this. And every one of your ancestors from here on out will get dumber and dumber and dumber, and then it fades, and it's like Ernest's face, like. I don't think we'll ever have another actor that does
that could do those kind of faces that well. Like,
I mean, there's plenty of actors out there that could do faces and stuff, but that just makes that kind of comedy his or her niche.
That's his
Where it's the weird impressions and the weird faces. Like he's best known for like the
I'm so glad we have this video recording now. So people like as they're driving in their car are like, what did he just do?
You gotta go watch it on YouTube. See my dumbass face do some ews.
you got like real New Yorker right there. You gotta watch it on YouTube.
You know that's how it goes.
Get a fish.
Go over here and watch it on the YouTubes.
Dude, but like so I mean it sets it up real great. And what's funny is I love that they wrote that in because then it gives purpose to like, okay, why is he such an idiot?
Yeah.
Because I was cracking up.
Sorry. Isn't that when he's like standing on his like sanitation truck?
Yeah.
Like trying to do his like remote control mops, like Mickey
clean
from
the garbage cans,
like Mickey from Mickey from Fantastic.
That's the sound of music.
That's it.
Well, the hills were alive.
The hills were alive. You're right.
Oh no, but then he's like the stunt. You're right. Like the genre, that style of comedy. Like I can't think of anything
like
modern
slapstick.
that they're doing
Super
now.
slapsticks.
Yeah.
And it's
It's a lot of physical comedy.
right, and it's such a sign of the times for when those like that style was made. And it's still funny. Like my kids watched it, and I was laughing with them, and they thought it was hilarious. Like just the opening credits, we were saying about him making those stupid faces, reacting to stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's still funny.
It's like
works.
Nosferatu and like Frankenstein.
Yeah, and Bride of Frankenstein and the Mummy, like
the one from like outer space, like the brains from planet whatever.
yeah.
That's in Malcolm in the Middle too.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
they beat the brain with like the
Yes,
shovel.
no,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's in the opening credit. I was like, where have I seen that before?
That's
So I
funny.
Googled it and it's like, this also appears in Malcolm in the Middle. I was like, that's it.
I love that when they start with him though, like he gets like folded up, like he gets trapped in his
He gets
garbage
put in his
truck.
own trash compactor.
Yeah.
And his dog does everything he can to
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to get
that's
him out of there.
Good old rim shot.
Good old rim shot.
rim shot.
It was licensed by Disney. Was a Disney
They wanted him.
dog.
Yeah.
And that's why he was with him for the first 4 movies, and then he loses rim shot after that.
Oh, because he lost Disney? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Rimshot went on to star in My Dog Skip. No, I don't.
Very well could be a Wishbone or one of those.
Wishbone.
That dog is amazing.
Frasier? Like it could
Dude, you know that
remember
dog
Frasier?
used to get paid $100,000 an episode.
What did he do with it?
Dog.
A lot of bones.
Yeah, but what?
Yes, his owner. I'm sure.
Okay.
Bought
Yeah.
many fancy things.
What did he do? And he still had to sleep in a crate at night. That's
right.
I make $100,000 a week.
Still got trouble for peeing on the carpet.
That the man, like talking about amazing animals and working with kids and stuff like that in every movie. And then we had Hocus Pocus last week, where we were talking about how it was so difficult to get one cat
That's
to do
right.
one trick.
That's right.
Here's
They
rim
needed
shot.
8.
Yeah,
They got rim shot doing backflips
One
and
They got him
dogs.
doing multiple movies.
crushing Ernest in the
Ernest
back
had
of
to
a
lose him
garbage
because he was
truck.
too expensive.
Oh, man. Wait, so I forget how did they? So I know they're again. This is so great about like the '90s era movies and stuff. Is like there's always 2 bullies in the town, just like there was Jay and Ernie or Ice in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Now there's like
Hollywood?
these other there's these other 2 bullies in this town, and they're just giving
The
everyone a
precursors
problem.
to the guys from Power Rangers, Spike and they look just like them.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, what is it? What are their names?
Skull?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bulk and Skull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They are
from Power
totally the
Rangers.
precursors to those 2
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they're just giving everyone issues, man. Like,
but like, how does like the ugliest looking kid, like that's the dumbest mullet. Like that kid has the ugliest looking.
And he's the
mullet.
mayor's. They're the mayor's
Yeah,
son.
you're the
Oh,
mayor's
that's
kid.
right.
Like you're
and
the
they're
kid.
like 12 minutes apart.
Like yeah, you're the kid that gets bullied.
my age,
like,
yeah.
You're the kid that's gonna get bullied.
Like I've heard of Irish twins, but what's going on here?
it's his child and then his mistress.
That's
Oh, yeah. They just brought him in the same
His
house.
campaign
They do
managers.
look very different.
His campaign managers.
My wife's just makes them faster. I don't know what to tell you.
My wife.
9 months. We do them in 3.5. We're done.
This is my campaign manager. My wife. She's paying them my assholes. I get the job at the office. She get the job at the office. I have to get this son. She gets the son. I get to collect radio. She cannot afford. Great success.
Great success.
I can't believe we got another Borat film out of this decade.
yeah.
So somebody's like 2020 was just wrecked.
Booyakasha. That's Ali G, baby.
Oh man. Well, so but with Ernest and the whole thing, they like I know that these 2 bullies, like the kids, like the main kids, 3 kids, they're trying to like set up like a little haunted house. You dying? I'm good. You okay?
Don't die.
All right. Keep it together.
We're going to edit that out.
No. We're gonna enhance that now. Squeaky toys.
Yes.
Just every time you cough.
Jim Barney as Slinky Dog.
Every
You
time
all right, Woody?
every time I cough, Jim Barney gonna come on screen and go,
Man, that jaw movement, man. I should like work that out.
you know what it reminds me of is Lehu.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. He was a pioneer, Jim Barney.
Man, he's like country Jim Carrey. I mean,
Yeah.
like you think
He's
about
the
it.
what is he? The
A
great
redneck.
redneck hope.
Yes.
Great redneck. Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah.
It's awesome.
So
It was
what-
really funny this weekend. I was in Orlando for my godson's birthday party, and his dad was asking me, "Oh man, have you been watching anything?" And it's like, dude, I've been doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I've seen these two movies 10 times in the
put it
past
on,
2 weeks. Guy's like, "Ooh, Ernest Scared Stupid." I'm like, dude, if you put that movie on right now. And he's like, "Yeah, no." So he puts it on. I'm like, "All right, well, I'll use it for research for the show. Let's watch it again." And
Tyler instantly fell asleep.
no, his brother comes in with his 4-year-old, and the grandmother's there, and she says, "I don't know, he's a little bit young, if I remember right." And I said, "You're right. He's a little young for this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is going to terrify him, especially since all he watches is monster trucks and Paw Patrol. He's not ready for this movie.
A little out of his league for the moment.
And his dad's like, "No, he'll be fine." It doesn't even get to the troll. It's just the girl screaming in the woods, and he goes, "I don't like it." I'm like, "I told you he wouldn't like it." And he's like, No, he'll be fine. I said, "You're about to scar that child for a long, long time. You need to get him out of here." And his grandmother, bless her, was like, "You want to go watch monster trucks?" Took him in the other room. I was like, "That's a real good grandma."
It's funny
right
too
there.
because you're preventing scarring him from the troll, but then like he goes to watch monster trucks and it's like grave digger.
It's context.
He was
It's all
literally
about
wearing a
visuals for
grave
them.
digger
Yeah.
shirt.
There it is.
He was.
Called it.
Yeah.
No, with little kids, it's all about what they see. It's all about like what's on the screen. Like it's not the ideas behind it. It's like, okay, what is that? It's the creepy little monster guy coming at them, and like, yeah, that'll get it. Because like my girls, after they saw the troll for the first time, were not having it. They were kind of like,
Well, it's the same set director from that Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie.
Space, yeah. I love
They
that movie.
reused the clowns for
Yeah,
the
the little army dudes or whatever, his little
The-
like hatchlings.
his minions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his little
His
like
minions.
hatchlings.
I love that movie.
So many of them are just
Yes.
repainted and repurposed.
Dude, at this movie's like legitimately. I mean, it's not when you're older, but when you're younger, this movie can like legitimately terrifying.
It is
Yeah.
scary. The what's the main troll's name? I keep wanting to say Trogdor, but it's not.
The Birdinator.
It's I can't remember, but he is scary. Even though he's got 2 noses and boogers running all down his face, and he gets called Booger Face and all that
The
stuff.
2 nose thing, I was
He
like,
is
oh.
scary looking.
Yeah.
Trantor.
Trantor.
And his voice is scary. He has like the Shao Kahn Mortal Kombat voice.
Yes.
No, you know what it is? It's the claw from Inspector Gadget, where he's like, "Your descendants will be stupid."
Oh, yes, that is. Yes.
That's good. You're like our voices guy. I didn't know you did voices.
Voice this. I wanted us to do a harmony of Trantor. Ready? Just pick a note and go for it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Trantor.
No, but his voice is even creepy. Like where he's like yelling at the guy from the grave as he's in this he's like bound up with like
they
a
got him in
sheet
like a
over his
potato
head.
sack.
And he's like, "I will rise again." It's
Yes.
like, oh my god,
I'll eat your family.
I love too how they did it with Varney's character in that scene, his ancestor, and he's so noble, and he's like the elder
like
of the,
the preacher.
town.
Yeah.
And he says, we will bury him under this tree, and the earth will claim him, and blah blah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Man, they cuts
Quality.
to Ernest's face like it's so perfect how they give you like he'll get dumber and dumber and dumber. Like I was like, man, then it's him, and you're like, they nailed it. He is one stupid guy.
There's like Bane from Batman, like, "Oh, you think the ground will save me? I was born in it. Molded by it."
Molded by it. That's, dude, for real.
Dude, but like I remember, so when we first see the troll, which is when he comes out of the tree, like remember the tree, can you find out like, oh yeah, he's been turning kids to like wood little statues for 300 years or something, and they're in that. I was like, who? Like when they went. What I loved about that scene is like it's just so perfect, just like child innocence of like, oh yeah. Where should we build this treehouse? How about that creepy thing over there?
Hold on. First off, we meet the girl that's like watching all of this.
Yeah.
The old lady in the junkyard house.
Eartha Kitt, yeah.
Eartha Kitt, but what's her character in the name? Mrs. Starts with an R, I think.
Yeah, but she's like
gotta
a
clean up.
junkie hoarder, and he's there to help clean her house out.
She's not a junkie.
Sorry,
Old
not a
Lady
junkie hoarder. Sorry. Oh man.
That's old lady Hackmore's place.
Oh man. Okay. Sorry.
She's a
Not a
junkie.
junkie.
And
there,
it's
Ernest.
art. When you go, you actually look. It is
It's-
it is
Well,
like a haunted
okay,
house.
everything is lit. Like there's fire everywhere.
Yeah, it's art. It's her art installation.
But,
art, yeah.
So
But you can't do that. She must have an HOA.
Yeah, this like jerkhead mayor who's like, you go clean the house.
Yeah, that guy sucks. No wonder his kids suck so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, your kids suck, by the way.
They don't understand the culture. This is culture.
He goes up there and she figures out who he is. And she's like, you're going to doom us all. And like the good thing about her is she goes step for step with James Varney in this movie. Like they're both off the wall.
She overacts the hell out of it and it's perfect.
Yeah. So she comes out and she looks like Doc Brown mixed with like a little mechanical minion from the Brave Little Toaster.
I thought she looked like a what's her name from like Pirates of the Caribbean, the
Calypso?
Like Calypso, yeah.
Yeah.
Calypso crossed with Doc Brown.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love it was Earthly Kid. So she comes out and she's
like terrified of Ernest because she's like, you're gonna doom us all.
You're that Worrell kid.
You're the one.
You're a Worrell. You're cursed. Blah blah. But this whole movie's her fault.
Really.
Because there's no way that dummy would have known the secret code to unlock.
He had to put his hands on the tree and
he had to put his hands
that.
on the tree. She told him all of this.
Oh yeah.
She was basically like, "Hey, go wake up that troll."
Yeah. Well, maybe she was because her siblings were turned to wood, and if the troll was defeated, her siblings would come.
They get to come back.
I just thought of that right now. Maybe she was. She was like, "Go for it, dum dum."
She had that bookmarked. And apparently she's like Van Helsing's offspring. She's like, now Dracula's garlic. And then And then this dude, we need a child's heart and a mother's touch.
I didn't remember. How did they get to? So I mean, well, I'm sorry. I'll save that one. But like, so when the troll comes through and like this actor in this, in this huge headpiece, like the dimension, like the proportions of it is what freaked out my kids.
He looks like a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, but like it's this big head and it's the little arms because it's a little person as the actor in it, and like kudos to like little people because I mean they always get this like, what are you going to be in this?
It's like Toggle from Labyrinth all over again.
But they're like, can I be a Jedi? Like, no, you're going to be a little bear.
Yeah,
and that's a little bear person.
You know the Care Bears? It's like that, only you can't shoot crap out of your chest.
Yeah, no, you don't get a lightsaber. So
you get a scarf.
I mean,
it's a bow arrow.
I mean, and then kudos to Peter Dinklage being one of the little people actors who really like. Broke through that genre, like
he's an angry elf.
Yeah,
let's slow down. Let's slow down the kudos for him after him saying that they didn't need to be the dwarves in the last movie, and all the dwarves getting pissed at him.
Oh,
all
really?
the dwarf actors.
That movie's probably gonna suck anyway.
Which one?
The new Snow White's probably gonna suck anyway.
Snow White one.
They're talking about not releasing it. They're straight to streaming.
There's been problems with that. I heard the main actor,
the actress,
they let go of her. Yeah, and she's not in it anymore. So
yeah, she's
embarrassing.
You gotta watch what you say on press tours because if you piss off too many people, then who's gonna watch your movie?
Right. So anyway, kudos to this little person actor who was in this troll suit. I gotta look him up, so I give them props.
I got that for you.
But I mean, so the acting of it when like every motion and everything, it's just so aggressive and it's so angry.
Yeah.
And I think it was the movement that really scared my little one. Like not just the face, but it was like how quick he was, and like just like even like the quick like turnarounds and like looking at it and then like the running after it freaked her out.
Yeah,
she didn't like how this thing moved at all. But yeah, the snot and the boogers and the double noses for some reason.
It's not even just the boogers. Like every time he opens his mouth, it's like it looks like they took like Nickelodeon gack and shoved it in his mouth.
Yeah,
it's crazy. His name's Jonas Mascarlo. His name's Jonas
Marscatolo.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
it's one of those words. Roads.
Kudos to him, man. He performed really well in this, and he's still freaking children out almost 30 years
This
later.
thing reminds me of a Power Rangers villain. Like
in
Power Rangers, there's the little guy that works for Rita Repulsa who builds her bad guys out of clay.
Oh, right. And he makes them put together. Yeah.
And then this show inspired Power Rangers.
Oh man, but the one scene was like these kids. I was talking with the bullies. Like every town has these two bullies, and they're always like of prominent families, I guess. Because I don't think I mean Ice and
Troy.
Jay and Troy.
Let's go back to problems with Troy.
Troy's super rich. They don't really get into ice and Hollywood.
But I mean that's a nice leather jacket.
Hollywood is what they call him.
Yeah.
But we talked about that where he looks like a surfer,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Y'all from Hollywood?" Like,
Yeah. So you're kind of out of place here, bud.
He's from Alabama now.
I think we could have switched those roles. Like,
Yeah,
I wonder
they
if, like,
totally could have.
Hey, y'all from Hollywood?
yeah, switch Omri Katz with the guy who played Jay.
Ice had enough money to get that to get that haircut every week.
Yeah.
I told you it was his mom. To have it that fresh every day, it's his mom.
Yeah, but these two kids, like, they knocked down the main three hero kids. Their like little makeshift haunted
They had built
house.
a haunted house for
Right?
Halloween. They
Yeah.
wanted like their friends to have this haunted house, and the girls like
One of
walking
the
them.
neighborhood kids.
Right.
Yeah.
The girl's like walking them through it, and there's like bats hanging from the ceiling, and she's like, "Oh, and we'll have grapes on the ground, and I'll be standing outside going, my eyes, I can't find my eyes."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And then all of a sudden it starts shaking. And these two kids are like, "It's an earthquake.
Yeah.
Push it over."
And they just shoved it thing over, and I was like,
The
dude,
kid
like,
says, "Let's run out the back," and then they go out the front door. And then he's like, "You won't get away with this. I'm just gonna keep running away like a bitch."
that's why they get lost in the woods. Direction. Let's go
And then,
this way.
then they go to Ernest. And
Yeah,
he's
which like,
man,
what?
they destroyed my haunted house. They destroyed our house. And he's like, "What you need is to take a self-defense class, like the little island of Botswana."
Botswana. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You know-
I wanted to get to this.
And then
yeah.
it goes right into
him just in
him being a schizophrenic.
9,000 different characters. Two of them are
Was that kid waiting around while he changed costumes?
Hold on. I said 2 sentences. Give me 20 minutes.
Exactly.
I'll be right back. Yeah, he turns into Botswana, and he's like the Huns or something.
But my favorite,
Ottoman.
my
Ottoman
favorite
horde.
line of that entire rant is when he has the Canadian hat on. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, there ain't no trees in Botswana because I'm a Botswana lumberjack. I ain't
I
never
ain't
had a
never
job."
had a job.
never had a job. I think he just yells, "I'm the Ottomans." Okay.
But you know,
all right.
Because they need the high ground.
you know who he could have taken a lesson from? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, really? Oh, because
the
of the
high
high ground. Yeah. They have the high ground.
That's right.
No, but I mean that just shined. I mean, and that's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, like, can anyone else do this?
Robert
Except
Williams could have.
Bernie? Like,
Rest in peace.
I don't know. 'cause
Not like that.
He puts on a lot of different.
And I think a lot of that had to do with like he had a TV show. He did a lot of commercials back in the 80s.
Yeah.
There's Best of Jim Varney online. You can go watch him. And he always did the, "Hey, Vern." And Vern
Yeah.
was off camera, and it was like his friend that he was talking to, and he was
Yeah.
saying how, "Oh yeah, you got mellow yellow there," and he would talk about, and he was on a ladder, and then Vern would end up kicking the ladder off the roof and like watching Ernest fall to the ground, and
Okay.
yeah, it was really funny and weird, but it seems like they just kind of shoehorned these characters in as part of his that's his, like part of his shtick when he's in an Ernest movie.
Yeah.
He does these weird voices.
Oh, and then you had the guy who ran like the department store. That's like the spoof of Ernest doing commercials, where he's like,
yeah, those guys were in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
The old guy and the
he had a
brother.
troupe
Yeah,
of characters.
he's
yeah.
almost like Adam Sandler was, where like he brings his
friends with
like
him.
his boys with him.
That's
Like,
always-
"Here's my posse, baby."
I love that there was that joke on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They're like, "Hey, Adam Sandler's here. Great. What movie are you doing?" He's like, "Actually, I'm writing a movie about Rasputin or something." And he goes, "Oh, really? Who's Kevin James going to be?" Yeah. He's like, "It's Rasputin's wife. Who's Jugs?"
It's got them yabos, baby.
Yabo.
That's gonna be that's the new Halloween month word for boobs. is
Yeah,
yabos.
yabos.
Yabos. Love it. Whoever wrote that down, just like, what are we going to call him here? Yeah.
Well, it's a
Yabos.
Disney movie, so we can't say boobs.
We can't say that. Yeah, but Yabos. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, and then he sells Ernest all this crud to kill trolls because
Yeah.
Ernest is all freaked out because he's brought the troll back to life.
Well, they're going through it. They're looking at the trees, and he's like, "Oh, what about this one? It's this really thin tree. He like knocks on
about
it, and
location.
it's like super hollow, and the tree falls over, and he was like, termites.
Too many termites.
Yeah, too many termites.
And then they get to a high one, and he looks up, and the bird poops on him,
Yeah.
and he's like, occupied.
Inhabited.
Yeah, inhabited.
And then the best part is like the key to any good tree is you got to remember that the bark is on the outside. What the hell? It always stuck with me forever. But then now, I've never been in the woods where I've seen this before, but it's all sunny and bright and green and very woodsy.
Woodsy, yeah.
And then it's like, there's a hole in the foliage over there. Oh, okay, let's go through it. and it leads to the forest straight from hell. What is going on in these woods? Why did it get super dark? Where did the sun go? Is it completely closed in? Are we in a dome of a forest?
It felt like a soundstage.
Exactly.
Which I know they were like operating in like an old shoe factory or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was a huge set though, and they really spent. I think they said that's where like 90% of their money went, because that's why they had to do a lot of it was like on the side of a road, like in a random town. Like it wasn't like you think about it, like there was his house, and then there was his garage, and then there was
the town
or the kids, and then like the little clips of the town. But the most of the scenes were from
the tree,
the big tree.
But then
like
you had the
character.
party. You had the big.
Oh yeah,
so they
the
just
house.
needed
Yeah.
a gymnasium for that.
They had the one from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the parallels between these two movies is pretty stark. They're there, like you learn about the movie in the classroom from the girl telling the story.
That's right. Yeah.
This one came out first, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to see who took notes from it, or if they did. No, there's no way, because they both came out in '93, right?
I think so.
I think this one came out in '91, didn't it? Didn't Ernest Scared Stupid come out in
possible.
'91?
Like, don't
yeah,
remember.
run it up.
But I mean,
Run it
I
up.
think it's just one of those like kind of kismet things, like where nobody really, they didn't really rip them off. It's just that's the way the stories.
Oh, they're both
went
Disney,
together.
so if they're ripping off themselves, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
they're not going to lose money anyways. But I mean,
It came out in 1991.
91. Okay, so they had a couple of years. But I mean, I got to say, like, okay, so favorite bits from this movie.
One is the my first one's the lumberjack one. I thought that was super funny.
That's the lumberjack.
He's
one.
like, I'm a lumberjack from Botswana. I ain't never had a job.
The other one is when the troll is chasing him, and he's in his truck, and he's driving, and the troll jumps on the roof of the truck, and he's like, I think I got him. And then he sprays, like it goes on his windshield, and there's boogers and mucus, and then he sprays like air freshener.
Troll away.
Yeah, troll
that
away
he got
on
from
his
the
face.
guys.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I think I got him. And then the sword starts coming through it. But my favorite bit, and it's such a stupid little thing from Varney, in his comedic genius, is the troll is in the driver's side window. And he's
hanging on the side.
He's
of the
hanging
truck.
on the side of the truck. And he's on the way all the way across like the side of the cab of the truck.
As the truck's speeding down the road with nobody behind the wheel.
No one behind the wheel. And then the troll's like sticking his head in, and Varney reaches over with his foot and clicks the lock on the door.
He's like, I got him, rip chat.
Yeah, and he gets that face like, so smart.
And then the troll just rips the door off the truck.
That's my favorite.
There's
bit
a lot
the
of good
whole
lines in this movie. Like
Yeah.
the one where he's like, you will pay for the sins of your forefathers. And he's like, I didn't have forefathers. I had one. I don't even know him that well.
Oh, dude. Any is your favorite
Well,
moments?
there's the part when he's being all the different characters, and the lady is like, we need dress shields. And then at the end,
We need a
he's
treehouse.
like, oh, we need a tree house. And he's like, I thought we needed dress shields. But yeah, it takes him out into the woods, and every great tree house begins with a single nail, and they start hammering and that's when they shows that Trantor is under the tree, coming to life and everything.
Yeah.
And they build up this whole tree house, and Ernest, because Eartha Kitt comes.
Yeah.
And yells at him for, what do you think you're doing? Of all the trees, this is the one you choose. And I'm like, do you see how badass this tree is for a tree house? Yes, of course we chose this one.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have said, like, don't touch that tree. And he says, I better go have a conversation with her, and he leaves. Then the two bullies come, Spike and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they start shooting they're all prepared for him in their treehouse. They start shooting the cannons of dog food at him and stuff like that. Man, I get hit with that first can of dog food. I am out of there.
Hurt. I'm done. Yeah, this is
coming out of
it.
it like a potato
You know how long it's
gun.
going to take to wash this out of my mullet?
Exactly. And then the other kid has the pizza launcher. And what we were talking about, those pizzas were used, they're repurposed props from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Dang. I didn't know that, man. No.
The controllers that they're using to launch them are NES flight sticks that were sort of like Top Gun.
Yeah, that's no.
There's no Ernest video game, but I'm gonna throw it in here.
We should have an Ernest video game.
I wish.
How did they? I know at the end. So towards the end of the movie, they start figuring out, and the troll. Like he starts producing these weird fruit from the tree, which becomes the other trolls.
With every
he needs 5 kids.
with every kid that he takes, the first one he puts in,
Yeah.
the Brussels sprouts start to grow from the tree, and Ernest even makes the joke later, like, "Oh, they're Brussels sprouts, gross." But yeah, there's those like typical horror movie moments through it that I thought were interesting, were good. Where the girl is terrified to go to sleep, and her mom's like, "Stop being a baby, go to bed. There's nothing in your closet." So she goes over, she looks under there's nothing under your bed, and she looks, and it's her teddy bear. And I was watching a reviewer online, and he was like, "He's in your bed. He's in the bed. He's in the bed. He's in the bed." And he reaches, and she rolls over, and there's Trantor in the bed with her, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, that's scary."
I think we should harmonize again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Trantor. That's actually one of the movies. That scene, I scared my daughters because that was one that I was like, "Oh my god, I remember this one. This is the one that gave me nightmares." And so like it's building up to that, and I took a video of it. I'll share it with you guys because I took a video of it where we're watching the film. I pointed, my two girls are on the couch, and they're both like stone faced just watching it because they know something's coming. At the moment it pans at Trantor, I just yelled at the and then just with it, they both jumped and really, "Dad!" I was like, "Yes, fatherhood."
Like fatherhood. I remember, like, I didn't get into Game of. I know it's a little off topic, but you were talking about like filming people. And I remember when like I didn't get into Game of Thrones right at the beginning, so like Tyler had seen all of it. And he brought the first 3. I was sick, so he brought the first 3 seasons over so we could watch it.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And the episode that had the red wedding comes up, and like Tyler's on his phone. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I've seen it." And like he's like, and sure enough, I look up and he's like
filming you the whole time.
Like he was laughing like Ernest, like
I gotta see. Just little Jim Barn, little Barn.
Yeah, exactly.
And I watched the video, and apparently it's me like,
"Oh,
what?"
Yes. That's the natural reaction.
Yeah, I didn't get into Game of Thrones, and then people were. That's all everyone was talking about, and so yeah. But remind me again, because I watched this a couple of weeks ago with my kids, and I didn't have time today to rewatch it. But remind me again, how did we get to know that milk?
Okay, so they foreshadow it in the movie a lot.
Well, they do foreshadow it, but she has the book. This was a very funny part. They have the book where they're reading from it, and then to defeat the Trantor, you need the heart of a child, a mother's love, and the mother's love.
Yeah, the love of a mother.
And he's like, and the love of a mother is, and it's M-blank L-K, and he's like, Miak. Then he goes to, and he faces off with Trantor again, which is another terrifying thing that we haven't talked about yet, is the fact that Trantor can mimic anybody's voice perfectly.
Yes,
that's how he gets the first kid.
Yeah, because he mimics Ernest's voice when he's slipping into. He's like, "Don't worry, I got you." And he like looks up, and it's him, and he grabs him.
I got you.
Yeah, seriously. But Ernest and Trantor are gonna face off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to defeat you. I've got genuine, authentic Miak." And the guy's like, "What is that?" Was Miak. But then he ends up getting milk on him somehow, and every time the milk gets involved, Trantor runs away because he goes into the convenience store. That's very funny part. Where he's like, "Oh, we played charades."
I love charades.
Trantor's behind him and he doesn't know.
And the guy like starts playing charades with him. He's like, 2 words. It sounds like
he's too scared.
And he's like, double, 2. He pulls out
the double barrel shotgun.
And
then Ernest goes,
2 barrels.
Yeah, he's like, 2 barrels. Man, when you play charades, you really play for keeps, don't you? Oh man! But then I don't know if the gun goes off.
No,
or
he
shoots the milk or something.
No, he's buying chocolate milk and he's opening it as he's talking to the guy. And when he puts his hands up, he drops the chocolate milk.
Yeah,
and
Trantor runs out.
Trantor sees the milk and runs, and then the convenience store clerk passes out.
I gotta say, I think everyone listening is understanding. This is worth a rewatch.
And right at the beginning, when you see he's gonna attack Ernest, and Ernest kicks a cooler that the kids had in there, and there's a carton of milk that falls out.
There's milk everywhere.
And then he looks
when I bring
back,
coolers, like when I go tailgates and stuff like that.
It's always like big
I bring Miak.
that fresh Miak. They came in a can, like a beans or something, wasn't it? Like
it looked like a caviar thing.
that's it, Miak. Oh man,
And none
I
of
need
this
that on a
imitation
shirt.
stuff. This is real. It's like
Miak. I need that on a shirt. I'm gonna design that out. That's
There
great.
you go. Nostalgia.
Oh
Land.
my god,
Miak.
but Miak, yeah, authentic nostalgia land Miak. I love it.
Authentic nostalgia land.
But then when they go to the dance or the costume contest / dance at the end, Ernest gets knocked through this booth by Trantor.
Yeah.
And the ice cream machine dumps ice cream all over him, and the kid realizes, hey, there's something to
The ice cream.
the ice
The
cream,
whole-
the dairy,
yeah.
the milk. And then he takes all the other kids because he's running to go get milk, and they're like, "What do you think you're doing?" And he says, because one of the bullies had gotten taken.
Oh yeah.
He says, "I'm sorry about your brother." And he's like, "What are we gonna do?" Like, all of a sudden, they're on the same team, and they run into the.
That is an epic moment, actually. It really is.
They
Like,
go into
where are we
the
going?
they go into the convenience store on their bikes, and the same guy who passed out with the double barrel shotgun and everything is trying to stop them. I don't think those masks fool me. I know who you kids are. And they take all the milk, and the parents have gone into the woods chasing Trantor, trying to help Ernest, and the Trantor brings his minions to life, his
Yes.
children to life by putting that last kid
Yeah.
in the slot because it's like just
It all
gotta fill
fits.
the slot.
Yeah, just fits them up.
And then they're just beating up on all the adults. The kids run in with the Miak, just the milk,
The milk, yeah.
and start killing all of them.
But
and
he
they're-
grows. He grows too strong for the milk, right?
yeah, because he goes
Oh,
into the
yeah.
center of the tree,
Yeah.
and uses
Goes
another
Super
child.
Saiyan.
He uses the main child.
the girl, the
No, the
boy.
guy.
Yeah, the little boy, yeah.
He goes to hit him with the milk, and Ernest spits the milk on the one guy. Man, that whole scene is ridiculous with Ernest when he's like throws the bowling ball and it goes through the basket and it hits the man instead of the thing, and he's like, yeah. But then Trantor becomes way too strong, and he has like the weird like worm things growing in
didn't
his
get
head, and they're
that.
like
I was
wiggling.
why?
Oh yes,
Trantor went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
No, yeah, that was hard to watch even now. Like that scene at the very end, and I think it was hard because they used they repurposed, like we said earlier, a lot of the heads and costume from
Killer
Killer
Clowns
Clowns
Killer
from
Clowns
Outer
from Outer
Space.
Space, which is a great movie, but it did freak me out. I watched it way too young. I watched it when I think I watched it like one night when I was like 9, and I was like, "This I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah,
Like, what
this
did I
was
do?"
a bad choice.
But they
Like milk.
reused it. Yeah, they reused it, and these trolls were terrifying. Like they're super creepy. But the thing that got me was all the mucus, and like you just don't touch it. Just get away from that.
very gross.
A lot
thing.
of
I don't want
the
it.
like the tiny minion death animation is the same death animation from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, and the
With
whole
his
little
spin
spinning
and
and they
spinning.
and
they
stuff.
explode. Yeah. So, the whole there's a scene from Killer Clowns where, since we're doing Halloween movies, that's a great rewatch too. But there's one where like they find out that they're wrapping people in like this killer cotton candy, and then the way that they're like harvest them is like spiders.
Ugh.
Like they take a big straw and they stick it in the cotton candy, and they're just sucking this thing dry. Like, oh, I can't. Okay. Anyhow, no. So with the end scene there, where they're like, oh, like it's a mother's love, and like it's all the milk and stuff like that. The one part I had to skip it. The second time we watched it was when he goes in and
He realizes that
He kisses
it's
the
true
troll.
love.
and it comes back and it strings
Yeah.
goop, and I just had
Dude,
to.
he has so much like snot coming out of the two noses, and he just kisses right in there.
God,
So bad.
believe it.
So bad.
He had to believe on it though. I mean, did you find any research, anything on production on this? Was it a nightmare? Was it all gravy or?
There wasn't a whole lot to it, I guess, since it was so long ago.
Yeah.
And I know that Ernest and John Cherry, the director, they did the first 4 movies together. It was very typical Ernest style kind of deal. Most of the stuff that is available is the repurposing of the Killer Clowns, things like that. I do know that the main kid, the boy, who's pretty much the biggest wet noodle of the movie. The scene where the little girl kisses him on the cheek, the little blonde girl, and then runs off, and Ernest is like, don't look at that.
Yeah.
He was bullied so much on set that it made him quit acting.
What?
Yeah, and they were just messing with him, like, "Oh, your first kiss." Like, it wasn't like they were being mean to him,
Right? But they just kept.
But he was like, he took it so personally that he quit acting after that. Yeah, it was his last movie.
Kind of a wet noodle in life.
Yeah.
I
bet today he could light the black flame candle.
Oh God, yeah.
Ouch.
That's all we need is Hocus Pocus 2, Hocus Pocus 3 now.
That's
actually. Let me get my numbers. I struggle with numbers on this show all the time. I was like, how many numbers do we need? How many? There's 3. Okay, let's do 3. Hocus Pocus 3 with that kid come back. Light a
I
candle.
do like that Jim Varney does say potato head. No, I saw him. He looked like potato head.
Well, man, it took years to make the first Toy Story. It took years and years, so they might have had him like already reading scripts,
Saying potato head.
Yeah, and having that idea in his head, like, oh, I'm going to play this character for some animated movie. These guys, random people, are making in California with their computers. Like, who's doing that?
It's funny. There's a part where he's getting like attacked by the troll, and he's like, "Help! Mayday! Christmas Day! Columbus Day!" He's like,
Mayday.
There's he's
so
just
many.
like running down the street yelling that there's a troll, there's a troll, there's a troll.
He's doing like the Paul Revere ride.
Yeah,
He's like, stay out of the street, go in the house, get out of here.
He's knocking on the sheriff's door. And the sheriff apparently wanted to have a mustache, and then they realized that he looked too Mexican.
Oh, really?
And it was like, no, it's supposed to be like Middletown, small town America. It doesn't fit.
It's like the stereotypical kids movie where like the adults are all like,
we don't believe you.
half-wits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a well, maybe with these kids missing, we should check this out. They're at the party. Just go to the party, bro. At the party. Everybody's at party time.
It's 10 o'clock. Where are your kids? Like, do you
They're
know
at
where
the
they
school
are?
gymnasium at the party.
Yeah. Well, I do wonder if, like, since we all grew up with that, like, with so many of these movies where that is like the parents are like, yeah, we don't believe you, and they never do, and then at the end they're like, we're sorry, we didn't believe you. Like, I do wonder if like we're just more like suspicious of like somebody runs up and they're like, oh, this thing's happening, where it's like, I kind of get where you're coming from. Yeah, I think you might be right.
It'd be a tough call. I mean, imagine the stupidest person that you know in the world runs up and is like, there's a troll in the woods. Yeah. Would you really buy into it?
Yeah, especially with Barney looking the way he did.
Exactly.
The redneck hope, is that what they call him?
The great redneck hope.
You're the seventh son of the seventh son. You're the great redneck hope. And then I love how he always goes into like the commander voice where he's like, I never knew when to quit. That's my fourth grade teacher.
And he's scratching the chalkboard and she just slaps his head and he face plants into the chalkboard.
He didn't know when to quit.
But like he's like, maybe I should use my commander voice. He's like, this is Troll Tower 1, Troll Tower 1. My favorite too are the one-liners that the guy's doing in the commercial. He's like, and he asked me if I had camping equipment, and I told him, does a one-legged duck spin in a circle?
That's like the gem of this movie, and all I think Varney's movies is like those throwaway like one-liners that like, oh, that's just like joke after joke after joke. Yeah. And you gotta appreciate all of them. I think it's definitely worth like multiple rewatches, because I think we watched this twice, and both times I found something new that I thought was funny, and you can't go wrong with all the impressions he does of everybody, which I'm just like, I'm okay with him doing it. Yeah. I don't know why I am, but it's like, all right,
it's just him.
I'm all right with this.
It's Ernest.
And I think I just, I feel like he's such a kind-hearted, like, he's like a loving person. Like, you just feel like he like emits that like as a person, as an actor, that you're just okay with him, like kind of pushing those boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's a kids movie.
Apparently, the reason they shot a lot of it at night is because they shot it in May. So like they couldn't recreate like autumn
foliage.
And they shot it in Nashville. That's where the foliage. It's one of those words.
Foliage.
Can we do one more Trantor harmony?
Can we do foliage?
You want to do foliage harmony?
No.
3, 2, 1. Oh, you can't even get it out.
What did he say the first time?
I think I said foliage.
No,
I said
foliage is the right word.
I said foliage. My mouth.
Saying it right.
No, now I'm doing it right.
Foliage?
Foliage?
No, I can't even now. We're going to have to listen to the recording.
Yeah, I'm going to go back on that
Can't
one.
even
Yeah.
now. Can't even now.
Can't even now. Got it wrong. Got nothing. Got nothing.
You should just be in charge of like this. Whenever I just say
Foliage,
something, you should just say something wrong.
Foliage?
Just
Something like that?
He's like, you want to try that again, buddy?
Roads.
That's another one of the funny words.
Oh God, what were you saying? So they shot it. So they shot it in Tennessee, and
They shot it in a portion of Nashville. It was like with a town of it's like Pleasantville, Missouri, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they couldn't recreate like the Halloween stuff.
It wouldn't be in Missouri.
No,
the name of
no,
the
like
name of the actual
movie.
town.
in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute here.
Hold on. So glad you hit the right one. That's good.
I figured it was the big red one.
That's it.
But they shot it in May, so they had to shoot a lot at night because they were like, yeah, the day scenes aren't working because there's like everything's green
Yeah.
and bright.
Looks a lot
And it's
like summer.
Shoot.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Varney and Ernest Scared Stupid, Eartha Kitt. Was there any other big names in this? Anyone else that was, of note? I mean, none of the kids really became anything. I don't think any of the actors.
No, not really. The guys, the two, like we said, the two guys that sell him all the troll gear.
Yeah.
They kind of rode his wave with him.
They were on it with it. Yeah.
But-
Yzma. Yeah.
They were. This was like the end of basically
the
the end of the ride
the
for
theatrical
for Ernest.
Ernest line, yeah.
Because it didn't perform well in the box office. It was basically like Ernest goes to camp, then it really ramped up into
Ernest goes to jail.
Ernest Saves Christmas, and then it kind of peaked there and started to roll back over into Goes to Jail, and then with Scared Stupid.
They think that the reason Scared Stupid did so bad is because of how scary it was.
Yeah. It was too scary.
Absolutely.
Like it freaked their audience.
Yeah, I definitely
100%.
think you can't slap a PG label on this, and it just. I think it's just like I said. It was the character design and the act. It was too much.
Yeah.
Like, because
Too
adults
much.
can look at it and go, ew, gross. Okay,
Yeah.
that's still funny. But kids look at that and they're like, no.
That's why I remember seeing it in the theater. It was because I was so freaked out by Trantor, the troll, that
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, he woodinated the people.
I'd like to end this episode after we do.
You better not try to woodenate me again.
Well, the best is when he turns the dog.
Oh, the
And he's
dog.
like, what good is a
It
wooden
doesn't even
dog?
look like a
He's
dog.
Like, what
It's
good is
like
a
a
wooden
piece of
dog?
driftwood.
What am I
forgot about
calling?
the dog. Oh.
Splinter?
Splinter. And then at the end where they're like, nothing's in that tree for me. It's all about you, Ernest. And then Rimshot comes out and he's like, I'm gonna take you everywhere. We're gonna go on the longest truck ride. And then he starts like falling to the ground under the weight of this Jack Russell Terrier. This is just so super
I mean,
tight.
that dude was. I mean, he was a whip in the wind. I mean, it's like that about that thing. Oh man.
And then you imagine Eartha Kitt's family coming back.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
how did they
it's
explain
only
this?
been like 100 years.
Yeah. How do they explain?
Oh
Like,
God.
here's electricity.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
kind of sorcery?
I just imagine like there's a second movie that's a more horror movie where the kids just can't cope and they want to go back to being wooden figures in a tree.
Bring the troll back. Bring the troll back.
We were happier then.
One thing we did talk about that I thought was super funny when in the beginning when they're doing the story of Trantor and the troll.
You wanted to call him Trogdor again.
I do, man. I just want to go with
Really?
it.
Yeah.
In the classroom, and the little girl's telling the story, and the bullies are giving her crap about saying it and everything. And then they hear the screaming. They look out the window, and the garbage truck goes by because Ernest is a garbage truck driver. And there's just a person being drugged behind the garbage truck. Like, what is going on here? I wonder if there was like a cut scene that they didn't show
I
of
don't
him
know.
running
That's
somebody
really
over or
funny.
something like that.
Well, and then when they finally go to the police station, like, I can't find my kids. I can't find
mayor.
my kids. And then there's the one guy that's like, and my trash hasn't been picked up in 2 weeks.
I love this movie. Oh man! Besides the trolls being a little too scary for my kids, this movie is so fun to watch. It's
Yeah.
definitely worth
He's
it.
so funny.
Yeah.
He really is. And now it's going to make me go back and watch Ernest Goes to Camp,
Yeah.
which That was the one that was really at the heart of my childhood.
I think
that
Ernest Goes to Jail is my favorite.
Too.
Yeah.
Are so good.
And we should watch Ernest Saves Christmas.
I've got to see that one
during
It's the most
December.
popular.
Yeah, we should do that one because I mean that's just
I want to watch Emperor's New Groove.
with Eartha Kitt and David Spade and Kronk. Yeah. Oh man,
that guy that
Goose
does
Goes
Kronk.
Poison.
Yes, Cusco's poison. You mean the poison made specifically for Cusco? Yes, that poison.
Squeak, squeaker.
Yeah, it's right here.
Squeak, squeaker. He says, you owe him a new acorn.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all those wonderful voices and so and I mean can't ignore Varn's tribute to Slinky Dog and all the Toy Stories and rest in peace for him because I mean he left a legacy. And
Yeah.
I love anything he's in is hilarious. So anything else? Any of the last comments or anything you want to say about this, or do you want to end with one more harmonic Trantor? Because I think that's where we should. Just one more, just for me. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Trantor. That's gonna be my favorite thing we've done all week.
Burdinating the people.
Oh man, I think that does it for us. So again, we're available everywhere you can find podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google. Please give us a like and follow on YouTube. It's Nostalgia Land on YouTube. We got some shorts coming up.
Follow, subscribe.
Please do
Hit that notification bell. You know, all
Tell
those
your
things you
friends about me.
We also got our Instagram and our TikTok, but Instagram is our nostalgialand.podcast and TikTok is just Nostalgialand. I found it, I got it, and there was no one else took it. So
If you have
very
any
happy
ideas
about
for
that.
future episodes, things like that, hit us up through Instagram.
Please
Send
do.
us a DM. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear about.
Send some comments out there because we love finding out what you guys are really interested in too,
Yeah.
and like what you remember. Because I mean, I think we all grew up around each other, so we have very specific movies and memories and very similar genres of films that we like. I love to see people like send like one I didn't know was one of your favorite movies was that Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler, which
That's
Nobody
a
knew
great
about that movie.
movie.
that's great. Yeah, we need to do that one day.
I'm a running from you.
See, now I know
chasing.
it.
You're chasing me to the ends of the earth.
I think we need to be
Kingdom come
wow. I think we need to be more musical.
over mountains.
I think someone should
Over
bring
valleys and
ukuleles.
seas.
That's just going to be our out song. I'll just let you guys sing for 4 minutes. Thanks for joining
You
us.
started it.
I am, and I'm going to finish it is what I'm going to do. Finish him.
Be on the lookout for Trey's Back to the Playroom.
Back to the playroom. Yeah.
We're working out some more content for me to do, for Matt to do, to bring you guys more stuff, more things. Check us out, nostalgialand.com, and our merch.
Yep.
The shirts we got coming out, the shirts we already have out, the socks we got out. Check it out.
Yeah, man, it's all good, and hopefully, we can get more content up there, and yeah, just really, I would love to diversify and give you guys like your own platforms to really show like what you know and your experiences and all that stuff. So
Keep sending us your suggestions. We like them.
Yeah,
I think the only real suggestion episode we've had so far is Legends of the Hidden Temple,
Which was a great one.
it was
that
fun to do.
So fun.
Yeah. It's fun to like have somebody else tell us things and then be like, I remember that.
yeah, and which it's hard sometimes for to find things that we didn't remember or like notice as kids in the 90s and stuff. So yeah, I'm all for it. So again, thanks for joining us. As always, I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
I'm Tyler.
Take it easy.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.